What's going on YouTube? It's Shot by Zion. We're back with another video for y'all today, man. And today I figured it'd be the perfect time to finally address the elephant in the room, since I'm always getting the same question in the comments all the time whenever I post any of my more recent videos. But as you guys know now, if you've been watching the channel, we've been focusing more on going to car shows, legal car events, and then building our Dodge Charger Pursuit that we're currently sitting in right now.
Boring.
But if you've been here from the beginning, you guys know that back when I first started doing YouTube back in like COVID time, 2020, 2019, the end of 2019, going into 2020, that a lot of the times we would just go out and we would record a lot of crazy car content, whether it was street racing, takeovers, car crashes, bro, all type of stuff we used to go out and record. So a lot of you guys probably actually found my channel or know me from those type of videos, whether it was, like I said, from a police chase, car crash, or whatnot. But today I figured it would be the perfect time to finally answer the question on why I don't go to takeovers anymore. Because like I said, I always get the question in the comments of my more recent videos whenever I'm uploading. So everybody's always wondering, like, man, where the takeover clips at? So the main reasons of why I probably stopped going to takeovers, I mean, I have quite a few. But we'll start out with the first one. The first one was because in the beginning, it was actually about having fun, you know, at least here where I'm from. Everybody would get together, go out, you know, burn some rubber, have some fun, and it was only about cars and having fun. Then it started getting more popular, you know, people started wanting to join for clout. They started trying to pull up with stolen cars just because they wanted to be included or feel cool. So then it went from, like I said, just literally car people having fun. And like, cause we used to go out the way too. Like where I'm from here in Ohio, we wouldn't even sit there and really try and do it in the middle of the city or anything. We would go out the way to where there wasn't nobody else at, and whether it be a parking lot or a back street or anything, we would try and stay out the way. But no matter what we did, the cops would always pull up, and then next thing you know, it would get thrown out onto the street. But it went from being about fun to just basically low-key being about clout chasing, and people just started trying to compete and hate on each other for no reason, really, when it came down to just doing donuts. Like, come on, bro. The second reason that I stopped going to takeovers would probably be the fact that things, like I said previously, it started to get out of hand because the cops would show up. I don't know what they are. Night, bro, but the police ain't playing with us, man. Y'all see it. People would leave. The more people that were there at the event, it would be more chaotic once everybody started running around and trying to get away from the cops and stuff. Look, the sheriff's always trying to do something. And then that's when people would start crashing. That's when people would start running from the cops. That's when all this crazy stuff started happening. The third reason would probably be here in Ohio. Back last year, I think they ended up passing a new law. Prior to last year, it was a minor misdemeanor or something like that if you got caught doing donuts, and it was a misdemeanor if you ran, and a bunch of other things like that. And since they wanted to be able to give stiffer penalties for the people that were actually doing the takeover stuff and doing donuts in the middle of intersections, and they wanted to be able to take their cars, so they ended up passing the new laws to where they made fleeing a felony. They basically make it to where they can tow your car for any type of anything, bro, whether it's squealing tires, loud exhaust. It's stupid, bro. So basically they took away all the fun because things started getting out of hand. People were hanging out the cars with guns. People started shooting at cops up in Columbus.
Hey, you got more fun. Oh, shit. They're shooting at us.
Like a whole bunch of stupid stuff was going on. And then the nail in the coffin was the fact that they ended up passing a law to where they could actually charge people for being spectators. So basically me being me and obviously having the most known channel for the stuff, who else would they come after to make an example out of? So basically I couldn't keep going to these events because I know as soon as they just got a hair up their ass, they were going to try and come after me and try and make an example just because I'm the one that has the channel. So I didn't want that to happen. And on top of that, I kept getting a bunch of unwanted heat from the cops, as you guys could see in all of my other videos, where they were creeping outside the house. They were following me home, pulling me over for window tint when my tint's legal, all types of crazy stuff. So it was just a lot of unwanted attention that was coming from it, just to go out and record cars doing donuts in a circle. Now, don't get me wrong, it's still fun to see, and like every now and then we'll still probably have some fun. Obviously, we're car people. We're gonna burn some rubber, do some burnouts, do some donuts. We're gonna do all that every so often. It's just going out to these actual takeovers, taking over intersections. It's just not good. It's not the same anymore. It used to be fun. Now you gotta worry about getting robbed, getting shot, getting something, bro. It's just something that you don't want to put yourself in, because if something does go wrong, and say your car gets hit or you get hit or something, anything that goes wrong, nobody's gonna help you anymore, brother. You're gonna get up, get in the cars, take off. Like, it's just stupid, bro. And as you see, even at the legal pits, like, bro, people get hit. Every legal pit I've seen, people get hit. Like, that makes no sense to me. How can you not see the car coming? Like, bro, I've been to hundreds and hundreds of these type of events, and knock on wood, you feel me? Because it can happen to anybody, and I've had my own close calls. But it's like, my close calls were obviously from my own stupidity, bro, because I'm paying attention over here, and say the car is sliding behind me, which obviously you gotta pay attention to every angle when you're in the pit, man. You can't just be focused on one car, because as soon as you look this way, there's gonna be another car coming around, and boom, you get smacked. So don't get me wrong, like I said, I've had my own fair share of like close calls where I've almost gotten hit. And actually, there's one time where I got hit by a Challenger, and basically he hit me, but luckily he wasn't going that fast. So when he stopped, like, it didn't take much time to stop. So he hit me, and I kind of like went up on the hood and back down.
That was the closest I ain't ever been to getting hit.
So other than that, I've been pretty lucky. But the bottom line is, the reason why I stopped going to takeovers is just not the same anymore. A lot of the stuff that we used to do, it's not fun, because there's a lot more issues that come with it now. So it's like, one day you'll go out, just have some fun in the car. Next thing you know, you're fighting a multi-month case with thousands of dollars in legal fees and all type of stuff, just because you wanted to go out and have some fun, which is ridiculous, because it really shouldn't be like that. There's bigger fish to fry out here than people out here doing donuts. But I understand, because, you know, people get hurt, but also it's kind of at your own risk. So with all that being said, basically, I'm going to still focus on just mostly car shows, and building cars. And I'm gonna try and get another car to start building up here soon, because I know the Pursuit is basically done cosmetically. We just gotta I want to build the motor, like I've said before, but like at the same time, it's still under warranty for like at least another year, or like 12,000 more miles. So basically, with it being under warranty still, I don't want to go ahead and tear the motor apart and start having to deal with all the issues that come with that, when I have a perfectly clean 5.7 that really has no issues right now. And it's not stock, so it's running pretty good for what it is. Like I've said in other videos, I'm thinking about trying to find a bare Hemi block. So if anybody has a VVT Eagle Hemi block that you guys have, or you know somebody that has one, let me know, because I would definitely like to be able to try and work out a deal. If I can find a bare Hemi block, it'll be a lot easier to just go ahead and take the block, have it in the garage, and as time goes on, put parts on it, the parts that I need, upgrade the parts and stuff as time goes on. And then once that stuff gets finally put together and we have a complete engine, then it won't be nothing to just find something to put it in, or even have an extra motor to swap into this. Because then say, hey, boom, we put the fully built motor into this, we take this one out, and then now we have a less than 100,000 mile Hemi that we can just have for whatever reason. So I don't know, man. We're still gonna have some exciting content coming. Don't get discouraged. Like, oh man, he ain't about to have no burnouts or nothing anymore. We about to have to unsubscribe. Nah, man. We're still gonna go to some events. I ain't gonna say what, but just know there's still gonna be some content that needs to be seen, bro. Just know that. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on my next video.